Ooh. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday night. It's August 20th, 2021. And we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition tonight. Um, it is Empire of the Ghouls, a Midgard campaign setting, and our DM is DM Maticuri, and he's going to take it away.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to session 21 of Empire of the Ghouls, Kobold Press Adventure. When we left off last time, the party had basically annihilated the entire blood vaults of Sister Alkeva and killed her, killed all of the blood zombies, killed the Fellforged, and just about annihilated everything in this place. And also, when we left off, they were in a room with a bunch of cages. And when they let people out, there were 5 of them still alive in the cages, dripping blood. And let's do a little bit of introduction. We're down 1 player, but we haven't done introductions in a little while. So let's do a little introduction with, we'll start with Blink.
All right. Hey, I'm playing Blink. Blink is a kobold artificer. He's this little guy with his inventions that help out the party. The party loves the cannon more than they love Blink, and he's kind of fine with that because he loves the cannon too.
We don't love the cannon more than we love Blink. The cannon is just more useful than Blink is.
All right. So we're missing customer support bot today, but we'll go ahead and move on to Quint.
Hey, I'm Drake. I'm playing Quint, a Shadow Fae rogue who is a Krakowian rebel. He is the quintessential stay in the shadows and or in the back and shoot things with sneak attack. Sometimes he pulls out his swords, but it's not too often. But he is definitely a DPSer. DPS, yes, definitely.
All right. And next we'll go up with Terian.
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm playing Terian. He is a halfling barbarian, and he gets himself worked up into being very angry, and then takes all of the damage for the party.
All right. And last but not least, Tegas.
So since I'm botting the customer service bot, also known as CSB, he's this campaign setting's Warforged, so they're called Gearforged, level 5 fighter, and so I'll be running him today. He likes to use his glaive to hit things from afar, or if he wants to do more damage, his greatsword. And Sir Tagos has long and involved, very nicely drawn out, thanks to Manicuri's guidance, backstory. So if you care, go to YouTube and search for Drake Takes, all together one word. If you don't do it all together one word, then you'll find a lot of videos about Drake, the singer. So put them together, Drake Takes, and you can learn all about his story.
I'm a singer during the day.
Right. So, but Sir Tegas is a cleric and is now started off as a cleric and is now a paladin of Sif. And he's a dex base paladin.
That's Sif, not
Sif. Yes, S-I-F. So excellent. Thank you. So when we left off, you guys had just finished clearing out the Warforged, the possessed mechanical construct that was powered by a wraith. And you are now in the room, and you had popped open these large cages that were there in the room, and 5 living bodies fell out of them, but 3 dead bodies also fell out in a big gush of blood, and you can see there's kind of blood all over the floor now, running into the drain in the center. And Quint, right next to you, there's one of those big cages, and the body fell out. Yes, the body fell out, and you can see it's still got a shirt on for some reason. And there's a large lump on his back, and the lump starts wiggling and moving, and out from underneath the shirt, this tiny little monkey crawls out, and he looks up at Quint, and he looks around the room, reaches his hand back up under the shirt, and pulls something out, and you see he's got these little brown turds in his hand as he stares up at Quint and starts pelting Quint in the face, and then quickly scampers off to the north and disappears into one of the blood vats. That was
A
Clyde.
bloody poo-slinging monkey.
Yeah. Everybody's favorite Clyde, the poo-slinging monkey, thanks to Caesar in the chat.
Yeah, thanks, Caesar. You remember, I am a DM on a couple of tables that you play in, so payback's gonna be a biatch.
All right, so you guys are now in the room with 5 survivors. What do you want to do?
How did you get here?
Who are you? Are you talking any particular one, or just?
The one the monkey climbed out of his shirt. This guy?
He's dead.
Is this guy dead? Oh.
Yeah. That
this
one's
one
dead.
This one isn't talking.
That one's the ones that look like they're laying down.
Quint has an 8 intelligence, guys, so give him some help here. Give him some help.
Maybe that'll let you know if he's dead or not.
He skipped class a lot.
Let me turn off and lock, because you guys basically wiped everything out. So you ask how they got there, and one of the men who's now sitting down, this guy leaning his back up against the wall, trying to catch his breath, he describes to you that they're all from the town Carvolia. They're various townsfolk from the town, and it was, he's not sure how many days ago now, maybe a week, maybe less. And he describes how Sister Alcava came down and rounded up the second batch, and nobody from the first batch returned, but he was with this second batch of people, and he says they're not all here. There were more than us 8. I don't know what happened to the others. We were brought in here and placed in the cages and have been trying to survive.
So I'll explain to him about the other women that we found and that go sent back to the town.
He looks around and kind of takes a mental inventory of who's in the room, and he says, "Well, did you happen to find Olak or Broof?"
Customer service bot will say there are multiple skeletons in the other room if you wish to check.
He looks very sad, and the folk in the town will be very, very sad to hear that you were not able to save them.
Is it possible they could be in other parts of this area? Are we sure we found their dead bodies?
Yeah, not so sure we went that direction much.
Yeah, I don't think we've explored absolutely everything.
You mean there's hope? They could be alive? Looks up, kinda.
Sort of. Maybe. But
Do you have time to search?
we do.
Or is Alcava still alive? No. We heard a battle. Was that Did you kill? And he looks over at the body. Yes. Yes, there she is. And he kind of passes out for a second. It's like he's overwhelmed with fear and emotion.
Do you need a piece of chocolate or something?
Yes, not the stuff that monkey threw at you.
Quint, that's what Quint's got to offer. I mean, he's not a healer. No, he wants some water. It's,
And
Yeah,
Blink will
hydrated.
Blink will ask them if if we check out the rest of this place, can you guys make it back to town on your own, or do you guys need some some health or assistance before we send you on your way?
Have you killed everything near the front? The guards, the large ogre zombie that blocks the path?
As far as we know, we have killed everything we've seen.
wait, did we kill the ogre in the front, or did we get around?
Yes, we
him?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been murder hobos. Yes.
Well, if you don't think you can make it, you can always wait here, and we will explore the rest and come back for you.
Or you can
he
wait
says
in the temple or
try.
whatever this is.
He explains they'll slowly start trying to make their way down.
The entrance is right here, so we can let us
I mean, yeah, we can
take
get
us.
them
We'll
to.
come down here, and will these doors open?
They open with no problem.
So he'll motion. The entrance is right
Let's go.
here, and
Come on
we
this
will
way, people.
take
Just
them
watch-
out
So you can
to
check
at least
for your
the entrance of the
friends
tavern
here
or the
if
temple.
you like. You check for your friends here if you like before you leave.
The cannon is still active. Can I give them all some temporary hit points?
Sure, you can blast them. They look a little nervous.
Wait,
Where
did
I'm like, line up against the wall. Just hold still.
Hold still, I'm gonna shoot you.
Quint's hoping for a better than 11.
Don't worry, it only hurts the first
Come
time.
on, 13. What's your max? 14?
Do
you actually want me to roll it, John?
No.
Okay.
You can if you like, but they're not NPCs. So, yeah, so you go ahead and nice.
Nice.
Sir,
Very good roll.
Sir Tegas, I think your liver fell out over here. Do you need some help? I think I might have a potion.
So once we're at the beginning, then that's up to them if they want to stay here, head back to town, whatever they want to do. But the way is safe, and if it's not, come back and wait, shut the doors and wait.
Yeah, they indicate that they will. They're familiar with the path. They've lived here for many years, and so they'll begin working their way down the path. They don't know if they'll be quick because they're moving pretty slow.
Are they taking the dead
badly
bodies with them?
They tried to carry them, but they were too heavy. They just couldn't in their wounded state.
All right, when no one's looking, I'll double tap them. At me. I learned my lesson with the ghouls.
Safety first, right?
All right, should we head up to the west, guys, and check out
Yeah, I think we
the
should
rest
go
of
this
place?
way. Let's go this way. Why is Terian way over there? Hey, psh, Terian, let's go this way. There you go.
So how long did all this interaction with the townspeople take?
Oh, probably a minute or so. They're trying to get out. Not long.
Ugh.
I wouldn't mind a little rest. I know CSB and Terian and I are a little hurt.
All right. So where you are, Blink, you can see there's a passageway that goes north. This looks like it was actually opened, and this was where the Domovoi was hiding. This is where he was, and there's a door directly to your south, and Quint, you happen to be standing on my red pin.
It's a logical spot to be.
Logical spot to be, yes. So up and down this passageway, there are alcoves to the east and west that contain huge stone urns. Alcoves kind of line these passages all, but one of these recessed spaces contains a large stone urn, its top covered with a heavy stone lid. Strange symbols decorate each urn, unreadable runes that seem to vibrate if you look at them too long. And there's a faint metallic tinge hangs in the air.
So I'll step up in front of Tyrion and use up my last divine sense.
Okay. You use your last divine sense, and other than the general evil of this entire facility, you don't detect any fiends or undeads or anything.
Can I take a look at these? What did you say they were? Urns?
Yes,
To
large stone urns.
get a better look at them. See if
Sure.
I can figure out what they are, what they're for.
So they're large stone urns. They're covered in runes. And give me an investigation check.
Do you need a boost?
They do appear to have a lid.
Apparently, I do.
I can't. A t-shirt, I can't see.
Does somebody want to help him?
Investigation is intelligence, isn't it?
I'll boost him.
The only thing you really notice is that up near the lid, kind of around where the stone cap is setting on top of this urn, there is some dried red stuff smeared. It's kind of brownish at this point, smeared near the lid.
It's grape jelly. Maybe we'll break those on our way out.
So since no one wants to take a short rest, I'm going to take a healing potion.
All right.
We could take a short rest, but I think I would just want to peek around the corner first. Let me go peek around the corner. Go peek around the corner. Oh, there's stairs.
You go peek around the corner, and there is stairs leading further north.
I want to check the stairs just because I got a funny feeling.
All right.
For
Give me an
traps.
investigation check.
And yeah. I am trained though.
All right. You take a good look at those stairs, and you do not find anything out of the ordinary.
So I'll put my fingers in my ears and walk up the stairs just in case it blows up. It's not loud.
Okay. It does not blow up.
And I look back at customer support bot and I say, "It's all clear." And I take my fingers out of my ears and go down the hallway.
All right. So you proceed down the hallway. You see a light glow coming from around the corner up there. Reddish.
Something's red. Oh, we've been in this room before.
Yep. This is the room where you had your long fight. The braziers are still glowing red.
Busted stuff and
Dead, sliced up blood zombies all over the floor.
So I don't believe we did before. Queen, did you want to check her body, see what she had on her?
We did do the looting, didn't we? I don't remember. Let's check her body. Where'd she die at?
She died in the bloodletting room.
Oh.
Let's see. Did they give us a parcel? Sister Alcava.
And let's see if there's any personal effects on the dead 3 that are still in there, so we could at least let their family know. Are we going to town? Do we?
And I'm going to look at the statue.
Okay.
Look for any kind of hidden compartments or any kind of jewels or writing or anything on it.
Okay.
Anything out of the ordinary.
The statue is a very well done image of Morena, the blood goddess, but there is no jewelry or anything attached to it. As for her body, the only thing of any worth that she is carrying was this very, very nasty looking mace. And that's laying on the floor there right now. All right, Quint, hold on. So Quint, where you are, I don't have it on the map, but to the south of you, you see what looks like a dead blood zombie on the floor near one of these urns.
Terian, I'm glad you're with me. Let's go check out this dead thing.
All right, I poke it.
All right, you go down and poke it, and it doesn't look injured, but it doesn't respond in any way.
Whoa, did you see that go by? What was that? Oh.
I wonder if it died because we broke all those blood pools.
Can I take another look at these urns now that they're different urns?
Yeah, go ahead.
You investigate each one until I get a good roll. How's that?
Yeah, exactly. Terian, give me a boost. With us combined, we might equal the size of a normal person.
All right, good idea.
All right, so you get a little bit better look at this. You can tell that the tops are not sealed very well. It looks like it'd be relatively simple to open. And it was obviously used to store something. You knock on it in a little bit, and it kind of has this, it's full of liquid feel to it,
Okay.
but it's very heavy.
If I sniff at it, can I can I get a scent of if it's
Smells
blood
like-
or something?
Yeah, it smells like old blood,
Okay.
but it's still liquid.
I think they're full of blood, guys.
Should we break them?
Sure. And then Blink runs around the corner.
I'm going to look at the runes. Do I recognize any of the runes? Do they have any kind of religious significance?
Give me an Arcana check and a religion check.
Why is this room so shallow? Arcana and a religion check?
Yeah. All right, so Arcana, you're not really sure of anything, but your religious knowledge of the symbols used, there's a bunch of magical symbols where you're not really sure what they're for, but they're along the bottom scrolled in a nasty looking script is a prayer to Morena around the base of each of them.
Now, does this look like any kind of like a vat for homunculus or undead zombie type thing, or any kind of something that would be used for that purpose to brew something, create a creature?
You're not sure. They look different than the large blood vats that you saw in the other room. Those were much more active and bubbling and whatnot. So, I mean, they certainly, you think, could be. They're big enough that a zombie or a humanoid sized creature could fit inside one of them. But you don't hear anything solid in it. I mean, it just feels like blood. It could also just be storage.
Does it appear that somebody poured blood into these? Like might have dribbled and spilled it a little, or
Yeah, there are little drips and dribbles up near the top.
this is a lot of blood. This couldn't have been from 12 people.
No,
They've
this
been
is definitely way more
collecting
than
for
12.
a while. What?
And with your medicine knowledge, if this wasn't super fresh, it should have congealed long ago. There's so much blood here that you would be talking hundreds or thousands of people to provide this much fresh blood.
While they're over there doing that, Blink wants to wander off and go back over to the mace, and then cast Identify as a ritual.
Ooh, okay. So you cast Identify as a ritual. What is
10 minutes.
the next to
10
that?
minutes.
1 second.
John, do you know how to stack tokens? Are you able to stack this lantern onto Sortegas?
Let me just disable lighting. We don't need.
You didn't.
I did.
No, lighting's still on.
There's
For
still
me.
line of sight, but it's just the lighting is there. You can see everywhere.
It's line of sight is all. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there should be only line of sight left.
So Blink just kind of sits down in the room wherever it was that she died, and reaches out and puts his hand on the the shaft of the mace and concentrate.
So as you do this and you cast the spell, two things happen. One, you learn a few of its properties, and two, you're going to take a little bit of damage.
Okay.
First off, you learn that this is a very evil weapon. It is a mace of destruction that does bludgeoning damage plus necrotic damage. And when your hand touches it after casting the spell and laying your hands on it, you feel that necrotic energy run into you for 9 points of damage.
Ouch.
Oh, good thing
The
the
sense
cannon
that
was nearby.
Anyone who doesn't have an evil alignment would suffer the same effect.
So we have everyone touch it, and then we know that no one's evil in the party.
That's not
So-
your evil detector. It's like the mimic detector, right? Can I target it? Can I target it?
Does anyone refuse?
Well, I'm a little worried that this might fall into the wrong hands or corrupt somebody else or hurt somebody else. I think we should take it with us and see if we can either return it to a temple where they can destroy it or something, or maybe just hold on to it for safekeeping.
Maybe we have to cast it off of a volcano in Mordor somewhere.
So Blink
Who wants to
will
carry it?
Blink will carry it. He'll take an extra set of clothes or extra cloak or something and wrap it around this thing and then shove it down in his pack somewhere.
All right.
Do we have a bag of holding?
I have a handy haversack.
Oh, there you go. That'll work. That's a good spot for it.
I agree. I think we should destroy the urns. I shall look at CSB.
Well, the urns are just storage from the blood.
The
I think we
runes
should.
along the bottom and the runes across the top. They're using both divine and arcane rituals.
Well,
Destroying them will either prevent whatever ritual is occurring or prevent them from doing any more in the future.
Well, I think I'm gonna go and watch out front and see. Make sure no one's coming.
They did not give me that mace in a parcel, so I just quickly threw one together. I'm going to throw it in the party sheet. And
And what party in D&D would not take the mace?
oh, most definitely. Now, before I forget, let me finish the description in the area you were before. This hallway where you found the dead blood zombie. As you were poking at it, trying to see whether the thing was alive or not, you noticed that it was carrying, and this is a little weird to you, but it was carrying a very fine-looking sword in a scabbard. It was
What kind
on
of
its way.
sword?
It's a short sword.
Oh.
And
Quinta investigate the short sword. Anybody else like short swords?
It's all yours.
Yeah, he'll pick it up. He'll check it out. He'll pull it out.
it's a very fancy looking. It's completely clean. It doesn't look like, this blood zombie had blood all over his hands and everything. It doesn't look like he ever touched the thing other than it just being attached at his waist, almost like he'd forgotten it existed. But it looks extremely sharp and not damaged at all.
Perhaps later you can help me figure out what this does. Other than stabby, blink. So
Yeah,
he'll
definitely.
just tuck it in his backpack for now.
Okay. So I've thrown that in the
backpack.
party sheet.
Party sheet.
If you just leave it there until you're ready to spend an hour or cast Identify, then
You can assign it to me if you want.
okay.
Why is there a gemstone in there? 20 gold?
I can sell it.
No, I'm taking it.
All right. Take the gemstone.
What's it worth?
Nothing. It's just a ruby. It's not worth anything. 20 gold.
Because if it's when you need to be revivified, it might be very important.
Is that diamonds? Revivify? What do you need? Do you need the gemstones? I'll put it back if you got used to the gemstones.
How much is it worth?
20 gold, I said.
Oh no, then no, it's fine.
I'm just gonna put it on in my book to be sold.
And since you guys are searching everything, I think the only room you guys have not searched was you skip by the door into this room. So I'm going to turn off line of sight and show you the whole map.
Oh, I didn't even notice those were doorways.
Was there something in there we missed?
Yeah, you missed
Hollock and Bruff.
Olak and Bruff. They were next up. So these are the two guys that were the counterparts of the two ladies you found earlier. The last of the survivors. And they are scared out of their minds, not sure what's going on. But they don't have any new information for you.
We released them.
And they happily go running.
Right. So, Blink and Tyrion, if you would follow us just to make sure Quint is cowardly watching at the front entrance. And
Cowardly.
CSB'll smash it one up here, smash one of the urns.
Yeah, Blink is he's hiding around the corner and he's just like peering around and he's got his wand sticking out ready to cast a spell if anything happens.
Can you like spiritual weapon them or something?
All right. So you start bashing on these urns. They're really not that difficult. They're very thin stone. So a couple of good whacks is all it takes to smash them. And almost fresh looking. It's a little old, it's a little brown, but still very liquidy. No congealing, no anything. Blood pours out. And you break through the top four, no issues with the CSB bot. And Tegas, when you break that one next to you, rather than blood pouring out, it's like this giant congealed mass has formed in there, and instead, what pours out is a dead blood pudding.
Ooh. Ooh. A pudding. It's a pudding pop.
Anybody hungry? And the others also just have the liquid blood in them. Going over on the other side where the urns are, you smashed them as well. And also one of them has a blood pudding in it. Those were some encounters that you avoided by going straight up. And in one of them, in addition to the blood that comes pouring out, there is also a small yellow gem that rolls out as well.
Did I hear a gem?
So customer service bot will take a look at it. He's
And
right there.
to the party sheet, it's a little yellow pearl worth 100 gold.
Ooh, that's good for identify.
And I think that covers everything in here.
Are we heading straight back to town, guys? Or are we going to take a short rest?
Is this a Midgard map?
This was the map provided by the Kobold Press. Produced this as its own little tiny adventure, kind of sub-adventure called the Blood Vaults of Sister Alcava.
I rate that map a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Would have got a 8 if it didn't have the grid dashed on it.
Yeah, I don't like the grid dashed on it, and I didn't have an ungridded version. But all right, so you guys cleared out this entire vault.
Do you guys want to take? I mean, I'm not comfortable staying in this place resting. Can we go out front maybe? Take a short rest out in the front?
How far is it to the city?
It's down the hill. You maybe 20 minutes,
Is it,
maybe 30.
what time of day is it when we come out?
It's like 10 in the morning.
Oh, the sun's like beaming us in the face when we walk
Yeah.
out. Quint's
You
like,
have to go in the daytime to avoid any undead.
It's too
Quint and
bright.
Blink are like, they go over to the shadows somewhere.
And you can see Blink looks disappointed that you guys don't want to go stay in there. He's like got his knife out and he wanted to harvest the blood pudding.
Well, we're just down the porch. I mean, the doors are still open. You can almost see the blood pudding over.
You can just scream if you need us.
I mean, Quint would say, do we want to make our presence known in town?
We just rescued a dozen other townspeople. I think they know we're here.
I could still see them moving down the road.
Yeah, you can. They're not all the way to town yet.
Well, let's keep going, and then at least if they get attacked, we can see them and try to help them.
I mean,
That
how
makes
bad
sense.
do we need a long rest?
We'll be fine.
Sertigas and Terian.
I mean,
Right.
I honestly, I
short
need a
rest, I
long
mean.
rest. A short rest isn't going to help me all that much.
Well, you can roll some hit die anyways, get some hit points back.
Yeah, but
All right,
helping.
Quint's okay. Quint's raring to go. He'll hop up and start heading down the trail. Trying to
I vote for
stay
let's
in the
go.
shadows as best he can when he can.
Do you mean let's go to the village?
Hey, what's Joey doing in here? What's up,
Okay.
Fableforge RPG?
I do not wish to travel until we at least have a short rest.
Okay, that's fine. Tyrion's flexible.
You want
Short
a short
rest
rest?
over a short rest
rest.
over perhaps an ale in the tavern if it's open.
Yep, that works. Let's go.
All
Not
right.
to
So
worry,
you guys,
friend. If we get into combat, I have a potion you can drink quickly.
I love how Tegas is just like short rest guys. We're just like ignoring him. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, let's get back in
Us-
long rest.
CSP will get action surge and his second wind back, so he can heal up as well.
so
They were
you
just
guys start heading down the mountain, and it only takes you a short few minutes to catch up to the group. They're kind of slowly moving. You see the two men that you discovered. They're helping some of the others as they're going down the mountain. And they see you and they get all excited and are you coming to town?
well, help them.
Okay.
Like a big band of wounded murder hobos coming into town.
So yeah, you lead them down the mountain. You get all the way down. It's pretty easy going, other than the difficulties of trying to escort these injured and wounded people. And you get down into the town proper, and just as a reminder, this is what Carvolia looks like. This is the town, and kind of the main things in town are there's this ring of kind of the main buildings. There's a blacksmith, butcher, and some farms around. There is one large inn there in the town. It's called the Bleeding Crow Tavern. And in the center of this courtyard, it's not depicted here on the map, is fairly large. It's about waist high and maybe 3 foot wide and maybe about a foot deep stone that is just coated with blood. And it's there kind of in the center of the town square. And you see the injured folk start heading towards the tavern.
I'll, walk alongside one of them and kind of pull on his sleeve and say, "Hey, what's with the bloodstone?"
He kind of looks over at you. Are you new to Krakova? To Morgau?
Yes. I'm a bit of an idiot. I just forgot. That's all.
That is where the priestesses of Marina sacrifice townsfolk who disobey. Every town in Krakova, in Morgau, has one of them.
Oh, right. Yes, I forgot. Thanks.
How do they deliver those?
Deliver what?
The
The
rocks.
stones? They make townspeople carve them,
Just imagining
and then they sacrifice one of them on it.
UPS pulling up and dropping a package off, and they got to open it up and go, "Oh no!"
The undead parcel system.
UPS.
I think Quint's willing to go into the inn with all these people. He
Yeah,
just
we'll
wants
go
to
into
get
the
out
inn.
of the light, out of the bright light.
So you guys head on into the inn, and the back room of the Bleeding Crow Tavern smells of like stale beer and old smoke. There's lanterns hung at intervals along the walls. There's kind of low illumination because there's no windows at all, and there's 3 old villagers sitting sitting by a wooden table, and they seem to be kind of staring at you. 2 men are holding tankards of ale, and there's an older woman as well who's sipping from a goblet, looks like wine. And they look at you, and one of the men who's with you, that you rescued, shouts over and says, "Father, these men rescued us. They've killed Sister Alcava." And everybody just kind of sits down and collapses and laying on the floor, and people start rushing out and trying to help them. And the 3 people that were sitting at the table kind of stand up off the table and look over at you and says, "Is this true? Have you freed us from that menace?"
Yes, she is no longer going to threaten this village.
Has she been destroyed? Will she not come back as the unliving?
Well, that we don't know yet. Do you know of a way to destroy her permanently?
Fire? Burn her to ash? She was human.
That's good to know.
We'll be right back.
Perhaps just an hour. We just need to catch her breath for an hour.
Hold that thought.
And I look over and I pick up a couple pieces of wood, like tuck them in my backpack, like, okay, from the fire.
One of the gentlemen introduces himself as his name's Tanner, Tanner Grimm, and he points to the other guy. He says, "This is Olan. He's the father of one of the men you rescued. He's the tavern owner here. The lady who sits at the table is Lady Bestin. She is the unofficial mayor or leader of our small village."
Well, we would like to apologize for doing the narrative in the backwards order of kill the bad guy, then come to the tavern. But
That is quite all right. We're just glad. Yeah.
So we're gonna try to get a short rest here, catch our breath, have a bit of wine. Is what Quint would drink.
They offer you free rooms for the night. All the food and drink you want. They are ecstatic that you guys are here.
Well, other than killing and burning the body of Sister whatever her name is up there on the hill, Quint doesn't have any plans other than he would stay in the inn. What do you guys think? Quint's like,
Yeah.
I can handle a bed for an evening if we think we can first thing
Let's-
be out of here and on the
Let's
road.
take a break and have a drink, a short rest, and then maybe go burn our body and then come back and spend the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blink
Maybe get
agrees.
some-
He's always more comfortable indoors than outside.
Yeah, restock our supplies. See if they've got any major magical items they wish to donate to the cause, like potions.
We're sorry, we have no magical items. All of our wealth was taken by Sister Alcava. She
Well,
arrived here several months ago.
did we get a
And-
lot of gold up there or something?
No, you're not sure what she used money for.
Hey,
Are they expenses?
everybody's looking around. I didn't find any gold. Did you? No, I
Unearned.
didn't take it. I didn't take it.
Have you priced urns lately? They are outrageous.
Freaking urns are expensive, especially big ones.
You shattered them all. Could have sold them. Maybe.
Yeah, they could have exported them or something to down south.
To the Reaver Dwarves. Blood-filled
So
urn.
what is as we're talking to townspeople and stuff, what is their trade here in the town?
Oh,
Are they the
so
makers of the urns?
no, they are
Pottery?
not of the urns. So they described to you that the primary economic activity here in this is there's a large forested area kind of around the town and in the nearby hills and stuff, and there is a very high percentage of very fine quality wood that grows in these areas. And so what they do largely is they are loggers, and they harvest the very high quality wood and then ship them to various other parts of Krakowa and Morgau to be used. Currently, for the last 6 to 8 months, they have been under orders to harvest their wood, and then there's a river that kind of runs near the town. It's a small 20 to 30 foot kind of stream, and they've been ordered to ship their best wood downriver. And if you take a look at the map, let me share this with you guys. He explains that the wood travels downriver, and it actually heads towards this river Yashtula. This is a little tributary that goes down to the river Yashtula, and then it's sent on barges upstream towards Warsaw, and they're under orders to deliver all of their goods to Warsaw that way. The reason being that they've heard Warsaw is in the middle of building a large new temple to Marena, and they're building it on the site of the old world tree, the Temple of Wotan, which was burned to the ground. And so the Red Priestesses have taken over the city and are building a new grand cathedral to Marena there. So they want all of the finest woods and everything else that can be provided.
Anybody need a bow made out of nice wood?
They do ask you, might we ask you, you seem to be unfamiliar with the region. What are you here for?
We are adventurers out doing deeds. And we
Jobs.
just so happen to
Doing odd jobs.
hear of the plight of your village. I'm trying to remember. Do I have notes?
Priestess of Sif.
Yeah, the priestess of Sif asked you to check it out to see what was going on, because there were rumors of some weird stuff happening. And it's near enough to Jost, where you came from, that she thought you could stop by on your way, on your journey.
Do they have any means of getting a message to Jost?
Not really. I mean, they could try to send one, but it's extremely dangerous. They explained to you that traveling the roads is extremely dangerous in Krakova and in all of Morgau. But it's much more dangerous at night. During the day, mostly it will be humans who travel, or the living, carrying goods between cities and towns, scared merchants who are trying to meet their undead master's demands. The roads are typically a lot busier at night, because that's when the vampires feel free to travel. And they have a tendency to feed on anyone they find along the roads. So most people are deathly afraid of traveling at night. And they ask you, are you traveling by road or by river, by water?
So far, we have been traveling off-road.
Might I ask where to?
To the south.
To the south is Wallenberg, city of pines. That's a dangerous place. It is ruled by Count Warren, a sadistic vampire lord who frequently holds midnight hunts. He gathers people and releases them into the woods, and then allows his thralls and underlings to chase them and feed on them through the evening. They're not unique to Wallenberg, these hunts, but they're very frequent there.
What do you know of Jarlsberg?
Jarlsberg? That was destroyed, wasn't it? 10 years ago? I believe there was a great battle there.
Anything being rebuilt?
Not that we've heard. Not that we've heard. All we know of is Warsaw, and I highly recommend, if you're heading in anywhere near that direction, to avoid that place.
Where are we going?
So the plan, or what you were instructed, was to try to figure out a way to get from Jost to Jarlsberg. And initially your idea was to kind of go roughly skirt down and then skirt cross country. And you had also asked about the possibility of getting to the river and going upriver. The priestess in Jost was not aware of any traffic along the river.
Jarlsberg was turned into Swiss cheese, says Atomic Hero Squad. I like it. So we do. I mean, how does everyone feel about floating down? With lager floating up.
We could pretend to be loggers. I don't know if people go with the stuff they send down the river or not.
Yeah, there's, they deliver them to the river, and then it's transferred onto barges. So you'd have to arrange with a barge when you get down there. There's a small village there that handles the barges, and they just transfer the logs down to there. But you certainly could. He suggests that would be a good way to avoid. Vampires tend to avoid rivers because of their weakness to running water. It's not a
Ah.
perfect avoidance, but traveling by
So we'll-
river is marginally safer than the road.
So we'll get educated as best we can on vampires and the killing of said vampires and their weaknesses while we're in this little village too.
I have a book that goes over all that.
Vampire for
Yeah.
Dummies.
Yeah, the book was written in Common, and it's not my favorite reading language. But 8
Not enough.
intelligence.
Needs more illustrations.
Yes. Is there pictures? Can you draw more?
Yeah, and they're willing to talk if there's anything else you want to ask or talk about. But you guys do get a long rest, so I'm going to go ahead and push a long rest for you guys.
Do we burn the body?
Yeah, you have no problems going up there. Everything's still quite dead.
I mean, can we like sprinkle salt on something and make it or make it good? Not, can you bless
If
it?
you want to spend time in the evening, Tagos would be able to do like a cleansing ritual and begin trying to purge some of the evil within the facility. The townspeople ask if you know what Morena was doing.
She
Not
was
Morena.
collecting blood.
Ava.
She was draining people of their blood and putting it in urns.
Am I able to discern anything else beyond just making undead and blood pudding and undead and things? Was she doing anything else that I'm able to determine?
The older lady that was there, after discussing things with you for a little while, she says, well, I can tell you what we know of what her plans were, because she spoke openly. She had no fear of us turning against her because of the fear that she had and control that she had over us. But what we learned was that she was in the process of perfecting a ritual or ceremony that would allow her to collect the blood of the living, but keep it fresh so that vampires could regain their strength for much longer without having to feed fresh daily. It was to help in their war effort by making the vampires much more powerful, much more dangerous.
There was a lot of blood.
A lot.
She came to the village, as I said, several months ago, and renovated the shrine up there, turning it into what it is today. We're fairly sure she was a necromancer of some sort. We know she was a priestess of Morena. She took the first tribute about 2 months ago, gathered up a number of the adults in the village, and took them up there, and none of them returned. Now, we here in Carvolia, we were used to the tributes. Most cities have to give tribute every so often. Typically, one of the undead lords will come through and drain several of the folk to sustain themselves, but they don't usually kill people because we are like livestock to them. But the people that she took as tribute never returned. And then she came back several days ago and took more of our people. And we feel like if this continued, all of us would be dead. We were just hoping that something would stop her.
Well, you're welcome.
You have our deepest thanks. If you would like to accompany the wood as it travels downriver to Yashtula, we would be happy to escort you through that, help you through down to there.
Let's take a log. Come on, guys.
Is there anything else we need to do up in this area before we go? I'd hate to have to come back up here.
No, or
Her, or who are you
our
asking?
I'm
our
asking our
final-
group.
our
Terian kind
final
of like,
goal is, way down here to Yarrowsburg.
yeah, Tyrion kind of slept through a couple a couple days, so
I don't
I
think
think
so.
it's
I
a-
don't think. Yeah, I think our next stop is Garrosburg, right? This was the only really stop we needed to make, I guess, between the city we came from in Jarlsberg. So
And Quint's familiar
Alright.
with, like this area down here at Tannenberg, but that's about it. I mean, he knows of Krakovar, but his parents were the guides of what's the road's called? The Shadow. So he didn't travel around surface world too much when he was a kid.
Yeah, he's not quite as familiar with all of
So-
the layout.
Where's the little town at? The little village on the river? Like right there, maybe?
You are on the yellow, and basically it just heads southeast and meets up. And it's kind of just north of the swamp where it lands, and joins in with the larger river of Yashtula.
Oh, there's like water that flows from this little village. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, from where you are, it flows southeast and joins up with the larger river. This is one of the tributaries.
It's on the Carvolia map in the northeast corner. It's all wavy and wiggly as well.
Yes, water is flowing.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that. So we'll go down and ask this guy on the barge. Hey. By passage.
All right. In a by passage, your money's no good here. We'll take you. You may have to pay a barge when you get down to River Yashtula, but I'm certainly not charging you anything for saving so much of our town.
We can be of any assistance. Please let us know.
If another priestess comes back, can we call you? How can we get a hold of you?
Through the Sisters of Seth and Jarlsberg. Did I do that right? Jousts.
Oh,
This.
Jost? I'm not sure we could survive a journey to Jost.
Well, where we're going, there are no messages coming.
Well, shall we go?
Anybody need anything from town?
Yeah, anybody need anything? It's very limited. They have very
we
little.
can identify the old
Oh yeah.
short sword.
Identify.
I'm also going to take time and make 2 holy waters. I have 10 silver dust worth.
Yeah, that's no
So I'll
problem.
do that throughout the night. I think it takes an hour or something like that. 10 minutes, something. I don't remember, but I know a cleric can do it. I don't know if a paladin can do it or not, but regardless, I've got it covered.
Oh, I didn't mean to sell that pearl.
Oh, the short
Like-
sword's a short sword +1.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which just makes my weapons list a lot longer.
Just unequip the
okay.
ones you don't use. And they don't show up on your weapon list.
Yeah. Now
Would any
that
of
I've
you
got,
like a
I've got
flask of
silvered
holy water?
one, I've got a moon touched, and I've got a short sword +1 now. I got plenty of short swords. What was that, Sven? I missed it.
Do any of you want a flask of holy water?
I would carry a flask of holy water around. I think that might be handy. Yes.
Yeah. If you've got extras, I'll take one.
Let's see. We can do some cashing in. Do these people have ability to change gemstones into gold to split with the party, or?
So mechanically, it does 2d6 radiant damage. It is coded, so you can find it under spells.
You
So-
can exchange coinage, but not gems into coins. Here.
All right, so I'll
Hey.
hold on to the gems.
Yeah, there's money for that.
I got plenty of arrows, pitons, rations. We can get top off rations.
It's not letting me drag the holy water into the.
Yeah,
There it goes.
There's two.
There it
It's
goes.
just
Now
a
it just
little
went.
laggy.
There we go.
All right, I'll grab one too. Thank you, sir.
Very good. All right, you ready to head out then?
Yeah. Did my boots start working again?
They do.
That was pretty nasty.
Dispel magic. It's a good thing you weren't flying when that happened. Or at least not any significant height.
Yeah, it was like 5 feet up or something.
Right.
Yeah, I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's get out of here.
All right. So you guys get onto the barge. This is the next day, I assume, in the morning again. Or you want to travel at night. They don't want to travel at night.
No, I think we want to travel
Uh,
during the day.
Is there a place that
Whatever their
Blink-
normal routine would be, we were following them.
Yeah,
Is there
exactly.
a place that Blink and Quint can stay out of the bright ass light, like under a tarp or something? Can we set up a tarp or?
Not really on this leg of the journey because it's really just kind of using a raft and herding logs. They explain that when you get down to the barge, when they start going upriver, you shouldn't have any trouble staying out of the sun. But for now, you might just put cloaks on, cover your head.
Yeah, so Quint puts up his cloak of elven kind.
His cloak of shadow, hiding in shadows. All right, so you guys start heading down the river, and the river, kind of varies in size between 20 and 30 feet, and there's a couple of guys there that are trying to lead the logs along and keep things. They look pretty practiced at it, and things are going pretty smoothly. And let's see, let's roll for some random encounters.
Random.
Travel.
There's nothing quite random in Fantasy Grounds about encounters anymore. I mean,
That's true. So
when they happen, yeah, but they kind of got to get prepped a little.
the first day, well, yeah, there's nothing random from the DM's perspective.
Yeah.
So you manage the first day without any issues. And as you're getting on the second day, let's see. All right. So on the second day, as you get near the mouth of the river, the area starts to get very swampy, and the raft beneath you starts to rock, and it feels like something is pushing the raft from underneath. And we are gonna do this.
It's a hippo. Everybody.
As surrounding the raft pop up, it looks like these 4 scaly lizard folk, and there's 4 of them, and they're grabbing onto the raft and seeming to try and rock it up and down, and trying to tip the raft over and knock you off the raft. We're going to start off with Tegas.
And what time of day did you say it was? Or is that impertinent?
It wasn't, but I can, if you would like me to determine.
Yeah, because it could affect 2 players, 2 characters.
That is true. So let's see. What should I roll? Roll this. So it is 3 in the afternoon.
Right.
And
Well, I will yell out, leave us be. Go find easier victims. And I will lash out at this one right next to me. This raft is protected.
all right, you lash out, and this thing you notice is wearing some kind of armor, even though it's in the water there. It's got what looks like some metal scaly armor that it's wearing.
And I think that's going to do it for Tegas. He's just going to sort of brace himself there on the logs and stuff.
All right, give me 1 second. And Terian and customer support bot, from where you're at, you see a little bit north of you another lizard folk pop up and kind of look at you briefly, and then he begins casting a spell.
Now, is he standing in the water in
Swimming.
shallow water?
Yeah, he's standing in the shallow water.
I'm gonna yell, look at that guy back there with that jazz on his head.
I can't quite make him out. It's too bright out.
Let's see if there's a picture of him. Yeah. Kind of looks like that. And he casts a spell directed at customer support bot. Let me make sure. Yep. And what's this happen? Sorry, this is one of those where they have too many options. Okay, so he casts this spell on customer support bot, and you can see customer support bot's like chest cavity begin to heat up, and steam starts pouring off of him as the metal is heating up.
Guess somebody's jumping in the water.
Heat metal on customer support bot
Yikes.
for 11 points of damage. And then that's his turn. All right, Blink.
Okay, Blink will use his action to summon the cannon, which I see is already there. So he will summon that, and then as his bonus action, the cannon will give out some temporary hit points. And that'll be Blink's whole turn. Do that. Boo. That's it.
All righty. So this guy kind of jumps up a little bit and grabs the cannon. So he's going to make an athletics check to grapple against the cannon. Where is that?
Well, the cannon got an 11.
I want it. Let me roll it. And he got a 16, so he did grab onto the cannon, and he yanks it into the water with him. So the cannon is now in the water with said
Is it-
lizard folk.
How deep is the water? As long as it's 10 feet away, right? We don't care.
Can the cannon swim?
It kind of sinks.
So the wheels turn, but it goes blah, 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 blah.
And this guy, he saw you summon that little thing. So he holds on to the raft for just a little bit, and then he tries to pull out a morning star. And he's holding one hand kind of onto the raft. You notice there's a shield on his hand, but he's just kind of holding onto the raft with what he can. And he tries to swing at you with his morning star. I'm going to give him a -2 because it's not a really stable position that he's in. There we go. And he swings his morning star at you and misses.
All right, so Quint is going to activate his boots, just a mental thing. And I'm just going to put 5 feet so we know his boots are. And then he's going to use a short draw. As an attack, you may draw or a sheathed one-handed sword and make an attack roll to strike an enemy with its pommel. So he's going to do that with his +1 short sword. He's going to try to... I think he's got disadvantage on the roll because but I hit. So I do no damage, leaving the target grasping for breath. This attack deals no damage, but the next attack roll made against the target has advantage. And you must have at least one hand free to take this action. So as a part of my next action, I'm going to draw another short sword and try to stick him with it offhanded as a bonus action.
You kind of punch him in the throat as he's gasping
Yeah.
for breath, and then you whip out your other sword.
Yeah, and try to stick him. And I missed. Figures. Damn it. Wasn't that good of a plan.
You tried.
And that's it. Well, at least I got
So,
both my short swords
Is
out
there
now.
any way for me to see if customer support bot would know part of his training or anything what this is, what the spell is, and how insane damaging he's going to be?
He's not really familiar with I mean, he could make an Arcana check, but he's not really familiar with magic. He just knows he's hot. He's on fire, essentially.
All right. So if he doesn't know, then he'll just attack.
He knows somebody cast something on him, and that he's glowing red hot at this point. So it doesn't take a whole lot to figure out. As he heavily wounds
Oh,
and misses on the next one.
All right, and he's going to get out.
get out.
And move to there. Is that is he able to then? Is his head above water at this point?
Yes. The water
Is there
here is
like
about.
is there like
5 feet.
steam
Kinda.
coming like
There is. There literally is. The water around him
his
is.
lenses are fogging up and stuff?
Oh, so the whole. Oh, that's fine. The cannon's too far away anyway. All right, so he's good.
All right, so Terian's had so much practice getting angry that just all the steam coming up from around him and the heat, it was enough to set him off.
Yeah, it's so hot already.
Like, oh, I'm like uncomfortable, just irritating.
It's like bugs and
Smell of
flies.
burning coming from customer support bot.
Yeah, and I'll
Plus, we're getting near this swamp. It probably stinks.
I'll go after this guy with my battle axe.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Mash down into his scaly head. Max damage.
Yeah. And I'll take one more swat at him.
He like shaved off his fin of his head.
He's oddly wrinkled. It's been in the water too long. See.
Yeah. Wrinkled scales. All right. So Quint, you are 5 feet up, so he's not going to go after you. He is going to go after Blink because you are within melee range, and he tries to grab you. So it's going to be a contested check again. He's going to try and grapple you and pull you off.
At least you'll be with the cannon.
Yeah, right? So it's athletics or acrobatics, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
That's so bad.
Yeah, but not as bad as his. As he rolls
like just
one.
barely slips out of his. Like,
You're both just kind of swatting at each other a little bit.
Yeah.
Scratching your toes. You're scaly too, so you can't get a hold of anything. All right, oddly wrinkled. is looking at Terian, and he tries to swipe you with his Morning Star as he's holding on. He's also going to have a -2 as he tries to attack you with his Morning Star. He swings out of the water, and you kind of just jump over it. It's the first time in your life you've actually had to jump over an attack rather than duck under. But you jump over it, and he can't get a hold of you. All right, and from the south, Quint, you see another lizard pop up down there. And this one also begins casting a spell. And
I point to Tegas. Get him. He's the cleric. I'm just a rogue.
okay, so he casts a spell
Can I use my inspiration
to do what?
to give myself advantage on the roll?
You could if there was a roll.
Damn it. I target the column. See if it's the mimic. I didn't actually
Unfortunately,
mark myself with inspiration, but
after he finishes casting his spell, everything goes completely silent.
my boots are quiet now.
All sound stops. Terian. And that's actually a good spot. Top of the round, we'll take our 10-minute break.
10 minutes. We're going to take a 10 minute. So I'm going to start a timer for 10 minutes. And I'm going to put some music on, some slideshows on. So you guys can go away, but you got to come back. 10 minutes. You got to hurry up. 10 minutes is all you got.
I mean, eventually we will pass out of the area of silence, right?
Yeah, one way or another, yes. It doesn't matter which direction you're heading, you will pass out of the area of silence.
Okay. I don't know how long that'll take or anything. I mean, maybe it's going too slow to really be very noticeable, but uh, yeah, I
not,
just
not
gotta.
seconds.
Okay, that's fine. I just wasn't sure if that would come into play or not.
Cast a spell in time and space. We're back.
All right, we are back. So top of the round, now in a silenced area is Terian. Angry, but nobody can hear him.
Yeah, Terian lets out his usual battle cry and is unhappy that it makes no noise.
We can feel the vibration on the raft, though. Brrr. Like a cat purring.
And he's gonna do his second attack.
Just still a rat in a cage.
And that silence is just distracting him.
Yeah, he really couldn't do it without his yell.
All right, so Tagos doesn't really know what's happening with customer support bot, although he is aware that this he's now surrounded by silence. So he's actually just going to go ahead and finish off this one next to him. Want to check something. All right, so I was looking at the channel divinity. I do not see anything that would require them to. When he does say a prayer and stuff when he does it, but I don't know that there's any verbal components to a channel divinity. What is your ruling on that, sir?
It is not a verbal component. It is you talking to your god. So I don't think channel divinity necessarily requires that you say something. So you should be able to use it.
All right, so he's going to
There's some good
invoke
questions
the
coming up tonight.
symbol and say a quick prayer to Sif. And as he's holding his weapon, and he's going to invoke burst of speed.
So we don't get to hear the bing, bing, bing. It's 10 feet.
And then he's going to attack.
Nice dice color. Khaki. Kind of like the old Marine Corps uniforms. That khaki color.
Critically
Nice.
wounding him.
He slashes at this thing. It's not quite enough to kill him. And that's sadly all I'm going to do this time.
All right. So this guy who was trying to smack at Blink is going to change tactics, and he grabs onto the raft and he heaves as hard as he can. And so Blink, Tagos, and Terian, I'm going to have you give me a strength saving throw. Give me just a second to set it up
Do
here.
the weeble wobble. Do the weeble wobble.
See if you guys don't fall off into the water as the raft is bouncing crazily on the water here.
Strength, not dexterity.
Yeah, can I argue for an acrobatics to keep my balance?
Did I say strength? He's using strength. You guys would be a dexterity save.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You did say strength.
I apologize. I meant he's using his strength to
Uh,
move the thing over, and
can-
you guys.
Can I use
Do you want to hold on with your
strength to
toes?
hold on?
You want to use your toe claws to hold on to the raft?
They're busy trying to smash this guy to really be holding on to anything. So
Maybe he'll hug the lizard.
well, if he saves, maybe he'll land on the lizard.
Oh well.
And all of you make your saves, so you have no trouble staying on
They like
board.
make it very well.
Do it
too,
again. Do it again.
Like wee.
Yeah, this is fun.
Support
Put
bots
your
like.
arms in the air.
All
All right.
right.
So, I mean, target is not my turn now. Sorry.
You are being targeted.
That's what I thought too.
First thing he's going to do is use his bonus action to continue to heat you up, make things hot on you. Doing 7 points of damage, all of it which is absorbed by your temp hit points. And then what's his range? Is 40. He's gonna come down here. I didn't. He comes down a little bit, and he waves his hand in the air again like he's casting a spell, and this long thorny whip comes out of his hand and lashes out towards customer support bot. And he casts Thorn Whip on customer support bot. But he misses, and it just splashes in the water there and doesn't really do anything. And let's just say, for argument's sake, that the river is flowing this way. All right. So
Kind of how
this
I imagined it too.
is going to disengage, and he's going to swim upriver a little bit.
So he's flowing against the stream. Okay.
Yeah, he's going against the stream. Blink.
Okay, so what is the state of the cannon?
You can't see it. You know, kind of it's under the water there somewhere, but you don't really know where it is exactly.
All right. So I here's another question that we're gonna have, because we'll need a ruling on this. If I can activate it at all, it says, let's see. On each of your turns, you can take a bonus action to cause the cannon to activate if you are within 60 feet of it. As part of the same bonus action, you can direct the cannon to walk or climb 15 feet.
Okay, so it would make it's currently essentially grappled, so it would have to break the grapple before it could move. Because right now it can't move because it's being held onto by the lizard.
Sure. I don't think I can give it the command to break the grapple. That I don't think that's something the cannon can do. Yeah, it can just move and activate. So, is it, how far down is it? Is it below, like, greater than 10 feet down?
He said he's holding it. The lizard's holding it.
Right. The center part of this water is a little bit deeper. The edges are shallower, but it's below the water level, so you can't physically see how deep it is.
All right. Well, I would like to try to activate it to trigger and give temporary hit points to all of the allies within range.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's gonna work or not.
It does. Go ahead.
All right. Who can I target? Can I target everyone within range?
Yeah, everybody except customer support bot.
Yeah, and Terian. Actually, Terian is not in range. Sorry, Terian.
Well, unless it's in that square.
If it's being
Oh,
held
that's
by the
true.
lizard,
If it's in his square.
No, it is where it is.
Okay. All right. So, he gives out his temporary hit points, and then my next question is: Does Blink have any idea where this aura of silence came from?
Well,
Like,
you are aware that 2 lizard things have cast spells so far,
okay, and
and it came into being after the one to the south cast.
all right, so he probably has a good idea then where this thing came from, and he doesn't like it. So what he wants to do is reach into his pack and pull out a vial of alchemist fire, and he throws it, but it just it doesn't go very far and just splashes into the water. And frustrated, he pulls out his wand and points at the vial floating like on top of the river now, and just flicks his wand toward the lizard folk to the south, and uses catapult to send this alchemist fire speeding toward him.
So it would be an action to retrieve the alchemist fire and chuck it.
Oh, okay.
So you
Yeah.
could do that on one round and then use catapult on another round as your action.
Oh, that's yeah. I didn't think
Yeah.
about that. All right. In that case, can I just find like a rock or something on the shoreline that I can catapult at this guy?
What's the weight limit?
Like a pound?
Yeah, there's some pebbles on the side. You should.
There's one right there. Look. Zoom in. You can see it.
They're
It's right
all
there.
over. That is the only spell that I can cast.
That has no
Because
verbal.
it has no verbal components. So there it is. 1 to 5 pounds, actually. So, all right. So I shoot this rock at him, and it kind of skips across the water towards him. And let's see if he makes his saving throw.
He
No.
failed his saving throw.
Excellent.
Let me make sure he is concentrating so that it rolls concentration. Big moron knows. There he goes.
Did you say moron nose?
Yeah. Oh, it's maroon. Close enough.
It's good.
Yep, it's good.
And he failed.
And silence expires, as you all can hear again.
Quint's not sure it was because it was so bright out here why he couldn't hear anymore. He's like, because he couldn't see that guy. He's like,
The light affects his hearing.
And Blink just like stares down this guy.
all right. So customer support bot is going to slash at this. Finish off this lizard. All right, and so how many feet would it take him to get here?
It's difficult terrain, so just assume double. Yeah,
20.
so that's 20.
All right, and so he now is hit. I don't know physically, I don't even know if he's ever explained this. Is his crossbow built into him to where it
No,
just part of his
it's
arm?
no, it's carried.
Dumb. All right, I'm going to suggest to him next time that we
Blink
strap.
hasn't had an opportunity to jury rig his arm yet.
Exactly. How hard would it be to strap the light crossbow onto him? Anyway, so he's going to. So he moved, attacked. Doesn't want to drop his sword. Um,
Does he have a reach? Oh, he doesn't
so
have
he's
a
going
reach.
to use his. Let me see what this says. One additional action. All right, so he's going to use his action surge to move the extra 5 feet he couldn't make. And then since he's got it, he may as well go next to him. And then he's going to use his second attack.
Okay.
Really wants to get that guy.
And miss.
And swipes as he ducks underneath.
Please tell me the nature and the name of the spell you cast upon me so I can add it to my database for future reference.
Quint's gonna start stabbing at this guy right here next to him with his short sword. Yeah, damn it!
You
And
scrape along his scale mail.
in the offhanded bonus action, he's gonna try again. Misses, and then he's
Now,
gonna.
down so that you're next to him because you're flying up now.
Well, I'm just stabbing down at him. You know, I'm only just above the water.
Okay.
And then I try to kind of get behind him because of the spellcaster. I don't know. Big Morin.
What a maroon.
What a maroon.
All right. This guy starts casting, and points at you, Quint.
I pointed Blink.
And your boots stop working as you fall in the water.
Curse splash.
Curse splash. You are now splashed down into the water rather than up.
I can think of worse spells being cast at me
Yeah.
that are
Yeah.
third level. Fireball.
Yeah, these guys don't have fireball. I thought I read lightning bolt, but it wasn't lightning bolt. Got me excited. I was going to lightning bolt on y'all, but
Lightning
so
bolt would have made sense.
what this one does is he sees you splashed and gone under the water, and he jumps on top of you and starts trying to hold you under the water. And so he is going to attempt to grapple you and keep you underneath the water. Going to try and drown you. So let's make a contested check.
I am going to use my dexterity. Acrobatics. Yeah.
All right, so he tries to grab onto you, but you're so slippery, and he's got his Morning Star. He still had that out, and his shield was kind of bulky and gets in the way, and he just can't grab a hold of you. So you're still there under the water, but he does not have a good hold on you. And this guy begins swimming south Ducks under the water. So Tegas, you will get an attack of opportunity if you want one, as he begins swimming away with the cannon. All right, you swipe at him right across his back, slashing open his back, doing a moderate amount of damage.
Now, does the blood in the water draw the piranha?
Yeah, but they're undead piranha.
They're undead kippers. Swarms. Right.
I love swarms as a DM. I make swarms of pirates. I'm making pirate swarms.
So at the end of the round, we're going to have the raft move 10 feet. So it's every 2 rounds it'll move 10 feet. Okay, so this guy moves south a little bit, and up under the water pops up another one of these little guys. And he's not looking so happy. So what he decides he wants to do is he is going to cast a spell at you. Well, sort of. Not directly at you. What is the 20-foot radius? Oh, oh. As he casts spike growth right in the path of your raft. And with the end of the round, we're going to move the raft and all of you 10 feet. So we'll move the raft down. Wait, let's see, where were you guys? Yeah.
Not the background. Block that.
Not background.
Yeah, close enough.
Lock the background. Thank you very much. Learn how to use Fantasy Grounds. And the 3 of you come down here. So Tegas and Blink come into the spike growth area as the spikes are jutting up through the raft and kind of poking into your feet as you are forcibly moved by the river into that area. Here he is. And spike growth, where is that?
That's Dex, isn't it? Dexterity save.
There is no save. You take 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet you travel through it. There is a wisdom perception check to recognize the terrain as hazardous before entering it, but no save on the damage. And you guys had no choice.
So this freaking raft is just getting shredded too. It's like
Yeah, the raft is falling apart at the seams, and there's these spikes jutting up through the bottom of the raft as they keep popping up and
What's up, Engorgio?
as he rolls.
Potion of heal to customer service bot from Engorgio.
It's Tegas and Blink. So Tegas takes 5 points of damage, and his spell expires. And where's Blink on the list? There's Blink. Also takes 5 points of damage, which is all absorbed. All right, so customer support bot.
Gets a little healing love from Engorgio.
All right, so he's going to slash out at the lizard.
Vigorous. He's noticeably vigorous.
Thank you, Engorgio.
A 12? Ooh, 18.
Swipe at him.
Moderate damage. And
Expiring heat metal on yourself.
and he crits him and then jumps his head off.
And kills Shaman.
All right, so he slashes down, slicing into him, then brings the sword up through his stomach and sort of tosses it toward the other one that's swimming down. And he's going to move over to there.
Scale shield, unique attitude.
Yeah, scale shield, and he realizes he hasn't been able to get a hold of you. So he's gonna pop back up and try to attack you.
Do I have sunlight sensitivity under the water?
Under the water? No.
Alright, I'm gonna turn that off temporarily though. I don't know if it does
If you want to
anything when
attack
he's
him under the water, your daggers and short sword should work.
Yeah.
Other weapons don't work so well underwater. So he smashes down in the water where you are with the Morning Star and hits you kind of in your back, smashing into you.
Alright, when he does damage to me, I'm gonna use a reaction to fade away. Immediately after you take damage, you can use a reaction to magically become invisible until the end of your next turn, or until you attack, deal damage, or force someone to make a saving throw.
Nice.
Alright, so
nice.
it didn't,
Go ahead and apply that yourself.
Did it get?
Perfect. And then after he swings with his Morning Star, he follows up, and you can see he takes his shield, and the front of his shield has spikes kind of all over it. And he didn't really, because you're under the water, he didn't really see that you disappeared. So he smashes down where he thinks you were just a second ago, but obviously you're invisible. So he's going to have disadvantage on that attack. Should be automatic. Yeah.
Yep. Invisible.
And roll double
and
8 wounds. So you just, even turning invisible, you couldn't avoid his giant spiked shield as he smashes down into you for 4 points of damage, which is all absorbed by your temp hit points. Tegas.
All right, so I'm going to. How clear is this river water?
It's fairly muddy. It's not clear at all.
All right, so since these things are tearing through the raft, I presume they're jutting up out of the water, so I can see the parameters of this thing.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to jump into the water.
That square is within. You could jump to the northeast 1 square. That would be outside of the range. Yeah.
And is moving with the flow of the river difficult terrain?
Yes, because it's slow water. It's just trying to push your way through water.
All right, so my speed's 45. So I'm going to move up to there, and
Dashing through the swamp.
All right, this shaman sees you, and
He's unresponsive, though.
yeah. Wasn't he the one who cast spike growth? Why is that effect not on him? Did I accidentally put it on someone else?
The only effects we can see is unconscious.
Yeah, he should be concentrating on spike growth. Okay, so he is concentrating on spike growth, and he sees Tegas running up towards him. Yeah, that's also concentration. Most of his stuff is concentration. So he creates a small ball of flame in his hand, and he chucks it at Tegas there on the riverbank.
that's an attack spell, correct?
Is
It is
he
an attack.
under the water and he makes fire, or just
His head
check
and
it?
stuff is
Just
out of the
check.
water. It's not fully submerged. It's a cantrip produce flame as he chucks a little produce flame at you. And you deftly dodge out of the way. Kind of singes the bank of the river. Blink.
All right. Blink does not want to be in these spikes, obviously. So he'll just go ahead and jump off the raft, kind of unceremoniously. Just kind of plops into the water, and then now he's right next to this guy. So he just reaches out and tries to shocking grasp this guy, and he has advantage since Quint is next to him, but he also has disadvantage, so they'll cancel out.
And that's a hit.
Nice.
As the water conducts the electricity nicely.
All right, and he cannot take reactions because of that. So I've moved 5. Let's do 10, 15. So Blink will move to there. And then as a bonus action, he will have the cannon try to give itself one more temporary hit point.
Okay.
Because it's still within range, but it doesn't do anything. So, and that's it.
All right. You see this guy continues to swim, and he calls out something. What do these guys speak? In Draconic. Does anybody speak Draconic?
I do.
All right. You hear this thing as he swims down the river. He calls out to this, "I got this cool thing. We can sell it!" As he's swimming down the river. And he is going to dash because he's realizing you guys are a lot tougher than he thought.
I have to say the draconic language really got dished on that little. Sounded more like a kobold.
Well, these, yeah, I don't do lizard voices very well.
It would have a hiss to them, I would think. All right, so Quint down here at the bottom is kind of tucks his feet in some roots here, and is gonna try stabbing at this scale shield here with his main short sword he's got in his hand. Oops. I should have Why don't I have advantage?
Because you're in a light.
No, that's turned
No,
off.
did my invisibility get knocked off of me when I took damage? Is it? Oh, it was only for that
For that round, it expired.
round. Well, I will use my inspiration to give myself advantage.
Okay.
I'll check that off in a second, but let me hit advantage with my offhand. And that's enough to get sneak attack. Yeah!
I should have stayed next to him. Sorry, I didn't think about it.
And I critically wound him.
Killing him.
What's that?
Is that almost killing him?
And then I'll kind of get myself a little bit closer to shore.
And remember, he can't take reactions.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I'm not gonna. Actually, I don't want him going towards Blink, so I'm gonna try to cut him off. You know, streamwise. And let me use my inspiration.
Terian, you were just outside of the spikes. You can see the front end of the raft is really damaged.
So yeah, I'm getting off the thing before I get spiked. Now, I can't move through Quint, right?
You can move through his space.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can. Okay, so like,
it's difficult terrain.
yeah, but the water would be anyways.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll move over there.
Okay.
Well, I'm like under the water, so could you like jump and land there? You could probably do that with your strength. You could probably
The water's
probably
like
clear
6
that.
feet deep.
Yeah, but it's still over my head.
It stand on Quint.
Yeah.
Does a
Oh
cannonball.
yeah, well I'll stand on his head while I attack the lizard folk, and then I'll move over here.
With
That'll
your
help
strength,
me.
you can probably jump that far too.
Yeah, off the raft, you could jump straight there.
That's what I say happens. Nice. 18 and 26.
Jump over, doing an acrobatic
And kill him, yeah.
axe, knocking his head off.
So I probably can't like throw a javelin from there, can I? I like have to get out of the water to throw a javelin.
Yeah,
for my
yeah.
second attack.
His head right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Okay.
He got like a little more movement.
No, not
Not
really.
with the difficult terrain.
Not really.
Yeah, with the difficult terrain. I think I used it all. Yeah.
That's why I
yeah,
was saying
used
if
it
you
all.
jumped, then it wouldn't count as double difficult terrain.
The last
Well,
fight of Waterwood.
yeah.
All right, so this thing is going to disengage. He doesn't like being around customer support bot, who's kicking the crap out of him. So he's going to disengage, and swim down to there under the water.
What are you just trying to see how long you keep this guy alive? Is that what you're trying to do? He's got like 1 hit point. He's been disengaging and swimming away.
All right. This guy. He sees Certegas, and yeah, he's not concentrating on anything. And he casts a spell at you, and you feel this wave of magical energy wash over you as you make a saving throw. And you succeed, so you are not paralyzed with the hold person spell. And he's going to swim back a little ways.
Pushing
get
the
further.
description of the spell, that's for sure.
What's that?
I say you're pushing the description of the spell pretty hard. Hold person on Tegas. Da-dum-dum.
Yeah. I got you. All right, Sir Tagos.
All right. So with a prayer of thanks to Sif, she does not like anybody slowing down her worshippers. He steps into the waters and is going to kill this guy. Want to say happens, or do you want me to roll?
Yeah, let's have you roll this time.
All right. Well, it's still fighting off that spell. Yeah, so that's all he can do.
Right, Quint.
Quint is going to bonus action Misty Step to... Can I see that square right there?
Sure.
And stab at this guy.
All right. He is underwater, so you'll have disadvantage. Oh, wait, no, you're using a short sword.
I'm using short swords, yeah. Stabby
You're
stabbies.
fine. So you're good underwater.
I was going to apply the underwater effect, but it has disadvantage in it, and I would not have it, so I took it away. Nope. Plus, where's my short sword? Right there. Main hand is a hit. And let's see if that'll drop him. Oh, and then as an action...
You appear right behind him and just stab right down through his back as he's trying to swim under the water.
I'll climb up on this log.
Twitching.
I could probably get to about there.
Okay.
That's it. Oh, and I'll put one of my short swords away.
All right.
All right. Blink will climb out of the water, heading towards the south. Can I? It looks like Oily Full Beard is still on the map.
Yes, he's barely on the map.
All right. Oh gosh. I think Blink has to shoot at that guy because he's stealing Blink's cannon, even though it's probably not going to help in this combat. It doesn't matter. So Blink is going to shoot a firebolt at this guy. Double fours. Oh, that's not good. Just splashing in the water around him. And that's it. That's all Blink's got.
All right. I'm gonna move down here. Is that like a boulder right in front of where I was? Is that going to be difficult terrain to go right over? Okay. Is this the big maroon? Is he underwater?
He is not fully submerged, no.
Okay, so I could throw a javelin at him.
spells and whatnot.
Hit him in the nose.
Yeah. But with my second attack, I'll throw another javelin.
And that one goes skipping into the water beyond. All right, so Big Nose is going to try that same thing that he tried on Sertegos on you, Terian, and cast a spell at you, which you also succeed on your saving throw as you feel this wave of lethargy wash over you, but you quickly shake it off.
And I say, yeah, I'm too strong for you.
So this guy... he kind of freaks out and he casts a spell. Come on. In that area, as vines come crawling up out of the river and all over the area and attempt to grab onto to Tegas. And
Is it dexterity?
a creature, a creature in the area when you cast the spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants. So what is his saving throw? Okay, so let me push that to you. Strength saving throw. As you make it,
Actually, it would only be 11.
in which case you failed your strength saving throw, and the vines that have popped up grab onto you and hold onto you, and you are now grappled. You are restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends. As when that happens, spike growth also ends because he's changing spells. And do you apply restraint to yourself or no?
No, I can.
Okay, now I got it. Where is that? Come on. Here we go. And then he's going to swim away.
So I still get an attack of opportunity, though.
Right. You're restrained. You just can't follow after him.
Hey, bada, hey, bada. A hit.
You hit. Let's see if he loses concentration.
Oh,
Ooh, max damage. But he makes his save. So he continues to concentrate. He wants to get out of there. Customer support bot.
All right, so he's dead. All right, there's a lot going on, rivers and everything else. He's just going to continue to move. Right there. All right, that's all he can do. Yeah, I don't think he has anything else. Actions and nope, that's it.
All right. An oily full beard runs off the map, taking the cannon with him as he is gone.
Oh no, not our cannon.
This thing's really heavy. I think we can get a lot of money for it.
is it when it gets 60 feet away? Does it disappear?
No, it disappears after an hour.
After now, they might get it sold by then.
They'll have to hurry, but
All right, I'm gonna move up there.
Terian just goes
Well,
jumping
while
into
I'm
the
thinking
water.
about it, is it a free action to grab my javelins back while I'm thinking about it?
Your javelins that flew into the water.
Well, the one was stuck in the lizard folk, and the other one, you know.
Yep. Take an action to recover.
All right. Well, I won't do that right now. Then I will try to hit it with my battle axe this time.
A hit. Nice.
You swing at him while he's in the water, just kind of clipping his ear.
And again.
The back swing for a nice, critically injuring
That's
him.
more like it.
Whaley Fullbeard is gone. Sir Tegas, you are restrained.
All right, yeah, I was just looking to see if there's anything I could do. I don't see anything. Nothing's coming to mind. So what do I have to do to break out?
A strength saving throw, DC 13.
Poor Tegas. Need to find him a belt of strength.
That would only be a 6. Okay.
So he is restrained and unable to move. Quint.
I have an idea. So Quint's going to, let's see, he's going to move up a little. Let's say to there. And then he's going to drop his short sword and draw out his bow. And see if we can get this guy to die. He's going to use his trick shot, which he already has disadvantage anyways. And because he's got sunlight sensitivity. Say again?
You get double disadvantage.
Yeah, I clicked it just in case. And then he's gonna take a shot with the longbow on that guy.
That's kind of nice. How bad things get, you can't get any.
Nice. And so you do crit damage.
Very nice.
Now to take it off of him.
Yeah.
And
By entangle.
that's it.
All right. Blink will jump into the water and swim after this guy and reach out and try to stab him with his wand.
Stab
His
him with the
eyes.
Yeah, he's going for the eyes. You know, typical kobold fighting style.
eyes or genitals. Take your pick. You not only hit him in the eye, it goes right through and comes out the back of his head. So now it's covered in gore.
And Blink just washes it off in the river. Then
So would that shock himself and Tyrion because it's in the water?
Right? The toaster
that-
effect?
We're out of combat.
So I can also make the cannon disappear early as an action. So I will do that. There's
Right.
no range on that.
A few seconds later, you hear this scream of frustration.
I shoot at it. I shoot towards it. 600 feet. Disadvantage.
It's
Screw
water.
it.
You can't see where he is. You just hear a scream.
I'm blindly targeting that square right there. That one. Is he there?
He is not.
Okay. Damn it.
The river goes that way.
All right, now can I pick up my javelins?
You can pick up one of them. The one that was stuck in him. The other one is lost in the river somewhere.
Boo.
We're gonna try to. Quint's gonna like jump in and try to salvage the raft.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Blink will help out with that.
Yep, I'm also coming to help.
Token lock. So you managed to drag the raft over to the side. You're gonna spend some time repairing it.
Yeah, let's take at least 2 hours here. Right. Well, let's get an hour, and then an hour repairing the raft, maybe. Short rest.
We can take a short rest on the raft, can't we?
You could, as long as there's no encounter. Yeah.
So I have
Yeah.
this jury
Might
rig
be the-
ability that basically with 2 hours I can repair something temporarily.
Yeah, but it says you can spend 2 hours during a long rest.
During a long rest or downtime. So I assume, as long as we're not
Oh.
doing anything else, I assume that counts.
Yeah, you can do that. You have time to tinker. And it's not like it's terribly complicated to relash a raft, logs and rope.
Right. I guess the question is, do we need the 2 hours, or should we spend an hour, get on the raft, and then take a short rest? So we're only here an hour. Do we feel like we're safe
No,
here?
his thing takes him 2 hours to fix the raft. So
Right. Do we need 2 hours to fix the raft? Is the question. We do it in an
yes,
hour.
that's what his ability says.
But not using ability, I think, is what Drake's asking.
Right.
If you just try to use your basic knowledge of watercraft and floating logs.
And
No, I say, how often does Blink get to show off his handiwork? Absolutely let him
Yeah.
take the time to do it.
Cool. So I want to get a short rest.
Alrighty. So you guys have no trouble getting a short rest. There you go. And you spend some time kind of working over the raft, and It was in a little bit of a bad shape because it was stuck there in those spikes, but the logs themselves held up pretty well. It was mostly the bindings that needed to be rewound and restrung.
Can we use the spikes and put them all around the edge of the raft, sticking out, so we have protection now?
I think they go away with the spell. They're not permanent.
I could spend another 2 hours to rig up that as a trap. Does not seem
Spike
like
trap.
a good use of our time, but
Well, it's now 5 p.m. So sun in probably another 2-3 hours. It's summer.
And while he's doing that, and also while we're traveling, I'm continuing to study the book. So I'm hoping that over time, it's now been like 3 days that I've been studying this book, that I'll gain some sort of advantage when I'm trying to remember things about undead.
Okay.
That is the goal. Whether or not it's valid or not, I don't know.
All right. So you guys, you finish your rest. You're just going to continue down the river.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Is someone who's trained in survival able to fish,
Survival.
so we don't have to
Yeah.
eat rations again?
Doubt Quint is survival. No.
Well, we do have a lot of lizard meat we could eat.
Too swampy.
I'll try to fish. I mean, Blink's not picky, so he can eat the lizard meat.
You can jury rig a pole, an automatic pole. We have a couple hours.
There you go. That'll just continuously catch fish for us.
Nice.
Yeah. You have no trouble fishing. There's a decent amount of fish in these waters. Yeah. All right. So you guys kind of spend your time on the raft, fishing and whatnot. And as it gets towards dusk, almost but not quite evening, as you're sailing, you kind of are going past a. Oh, I forgot to put a raft picture down. Anyway, as you guys are going, you are on the river and you sail past what looks like a small town. What happened to my?
Did the people in the last town we left mention anything about this?
There's a variety of little towns that kind of dot the landscape. Not all are big enough to be named. So they didn't mention this one specifically. I mean, it looks very small, like maybe 30 people.
Is there
if
lighting
that.
on it or something?
None of the tokens are on there yet. So give me just a second.
I think we
So
can take 30 people, guys.
It is a map.
This is a milestone.
nice.
There's no point.
So as you are going down there, you guys are actually on a raft, kind of over here. Kind of over in this section. And as you come near, it looks like a small fishing village. It's kind of more, it's dim light, it's dusk, kind of moonlight is out. And you see several small docks where rowboats and stuff fishing boats would moor themselves. And at the ends of each of these docks is a large metal cage standing on the end. And inside the cages, you see numerous people crammed into the cages. And even from where you are in the water, you can see that several of the buildings have had their doors blocked shut with bars. This building here is completely barred up, as well as the other doorways that you can see appear to have been blocked up. And standing on the pier, this middle one, you see something you've seen before, a vampire spawn standing there, and he's looking kind of towards this building. As on top of the building, after a few seconds, you see some movement, and on top of the building, you see this glowing hound
Whoa.
walking along the top of the cage. And you hear the vampire spawn call up to the Lich Hound. It's not time yet to release these for the rest of the hunt. Another hour or so should do it. Don't feed until then. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm
They
gonna
don't
hide
appear-
behind Blink. I'm gonna hide behind Blink. Because I know Blink's in a good hiding spot.
We'll hide
Must-
under the raft.
We should. We must
Is-
destroy this vampire spawn.
Do we have sunlight sensitivity?
Nope.
Makes it different. No.
You do not. It is dim light.
Blink looks at the others and doesn't say anything, but just slowly pulls out his wand.
Yeah, Quint's like knocking an arrow. Are my boots still disenbelled?
Nope, they're working. They
Is
are.
it the,
Uh,
this is the same day, correct?
This is the same day. This is evening. Yes.
Can we kind of try to direct the raft over to the land?
Sure. The water's moving slow enough you can easily direct the raft.
Oh, it is a short rest. Never mind. I take that back.
As we start off with Blink.
All right. So it's the raft. It's not right up against the dock or anything, right?
No,
Still.
but you can. We'll just pretend that it's kind of roughly where you guys are.
Okay. Yeah, Blink is he's gonna ready I think Firebolt, and once somebody else, yeah, right there. Once somebody starts shooting, or you know the vampire spawn notices us, he'll shoot his firebolt at the vampire spawn.
Okay, so you're going to ready your action.
Yep.
Alrighty. So this thing. Let's see if he notices you. Oh yeah, he definitely notices you, and he sets up this loud howl, and it's this deep echoing. It sounds like it comes from another plane, as he just this horrible screeching howl emanates from its mouth, and it begins running like it's going to jump off the top of the building, and it does jump off the building, and it keeps running in the air.
Oh, Quint, can't you do that?
Maybe. Sometimes until somebody casts a spell on me.
And yes, you can fly. Your fly thing does work.
I'm
In
not
me
sure
as
I
well.
want to.
So I assume that alerts the vampire spawn, and my ready to action will go off.
Yes.
Okay.
And as he gets to the end of his, hold on, before that,
Okay.
you will get your chance to zap the vampire spawn. So all of you are within range. As you hear this howl, it really affects you. As this wave of fear washes over you, and 3 of you are now frightened of the Lich Hound.
Who's afraid of the ghost?
Vampire spawn sees you and looks frustrated and says, "Damn it! Bring them in from the water. You know I won't go out there." As go ahead and you can do your action. Sorry.
Nah, no problem. I missed anyway.
Ooh,
Frightened got me.
yeah. He's gonna move out to here. All right, Terian.
Okay, I am. How much do I know about this creature that's floating in the air?
Give me a let's see. Give me a religion check.
Never been Tyrion's thing.
Kind of looks like a dog. That's about it.
Dog-ish shaped, and it's flying. That's all I got.
Misty, fiery bone dog. Bright white skulls.
How much is the raft, or how far away is the raft? Like one spot over, basically. Or I mean, how big?
Let's put everybody kind of in a rafty position. How about like that?
Okay. How deep is the water here?
The water kind of throughout the whole river that you've been on generally tops out at anywhere from 5 to 8 feet as the deepest. So in the center portion, it might be as deep as 8 feet, but a lot of it would be shallower, 3 feet, 2 feet, especially kind of towards the bank where you are. You're a little
All right.
closer to.
I'm gonna ready the action for if the doggish looking creature gets next to me. I'm gonna hit him with my axe.
Okay.
All right, so CSB is going to shoot at the vampire spawn with his crossbow.
Ducks and dodges. Why did you have disadvantage? Oh, frightened.
Right, and that'll do it.
All right, and he cannot get closer, and the light crossbow does have loading capability, so he cannot take a second shot. So there's nothing else he can do. All right. So same question about the Lich Hound. Is it considered undead? And if so, would I know anything about it?
It is undead. Give me a religion check with a +2.
I'm mainly looking for like resistances and immunities, things like that.
Okay. You don't know a lot about them, but you have heard that the creature itself is called a Lich Hound, and they are resistant to most non-magical weapons.
This is an undead creature. Use magic against the dog. Did CSB get a save versus the
Nope, it's just a time
Triton?
thing.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, and then my other question is, I had thought for some reason that Channel Divinity was a daily thing, but it's not. It's a short rest, so I had it back. Did I have time to put that on myself?
Sure.
The burst of speed.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't move closer. The dog is the thing that gave us frightened, correct?
Correct. And it's 30 feet in the air.
So I can't get closer to him. So he's going. I'm going to move.
You can certainly go like that direction.
So I'm moving double. I'm moving 45 feet. So my goal is to get there. Even if I needed to go 5 more feet away from it, I could. Correct?
Yeah, it's fine. You can get
Okay.
there.
Yeah. So I'm moving, double moving, to get to there, and I'm trying to hide behind the dock for now. Putting the dock between me and the vampire spawn.
Okay.
And if possible, the Lich Hound. I'm more scared. Actually, I would be more scared about the Lich Hound right now. So, anyway, that's it.
Does this Lich Hound's trajectory look like it's going to come into melee combat with anybody on the raft?
You're not sure. He kind of charged 30 feet in the air, and he's there in 30 feet in the
So
air.
it's not like he's like, rah, like heading right towards us. So I'm just gonna take a shot at him, see what happens.
Like, give him my inspiration.
You sure?
Yeah. The longbow with advantage. And it's a hit. Nice.
Hit. The middle of the air. And a magical longbow does its full damage, lightly wounding it.
And
You see the arrow after it sticks in, it kind of disintegrates a few seconds later.
this thing looks mean. I'm not gonna leave them there. I'm gonna stay there though.
And with that, at the top of the round, we will end for tonight and be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks? I don't want to wait 2 weeks. That's a good cliffhanger right there. I don't care who you are. All right, we didn't have a lot of chatters. We did have some lurkers. Some lurkers are out there. But that's it. Is there somebody we want to go send our 5 guys off to? Just Rob over there. He ain't paying no attention. Caesar's streaming. Let's go raid Caesar. He won't. He's definitely not paying attention. But if I can figure out how to raid. SZ. Yeah. See, that's the problem. I can never remember how to spell his damn name. He's not getting raided because I can't spell his name. We're done. We're done. We're gonna say goodnight as I'm gonna hit this outro button. But actually, tomorrow night over on Rob's channel, we will be playing Rime of the Frostbane. I'll be DMing over there. That starts at 9. So if you want to catch us over there, you can click on Rob's link and follow us over there. And then on Sunday, we're doing All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show. We're going to have Manicuri on discussing some of his Sirenscape new features that are happening. Pretty cool stuff. Soundboards and all that jazz. So that's at 9 also over on Rob's stream. And then right here on Tuesday is Princes of the Apocalypse happening. And I know Sven, what do you stream on Wednesdays, right? Starfinder? What are you doing?
I stream on Wednesday night D&D and Sunday night Starfinder, and a couple things throughout the week on prepping and stuff like that.
So if you want to watch people play D&D, there's no excuse, because just follow Heroes Wanted. Yep. What is that? You can hit it right there. Heroes Wanted. And that's it. We're going to say goodnight. See you guys. Good night.